A war rages between the witches and the remnants of humanity ruled by the Church. Despite the numbers advantage, the Church and its armies keep losing territories to witches and their foul magic. In a distant land controlled by one of the witches, Papal scouts discover a wreckage of a ship that had been lost for several centuries. It carried a valuable artifact, one that could change the course of the conflict. Only witch hunters called prayers can face a witch and live. You are one of them, anointed by the Pope himself to recover the artifact. After a long and arduous journey, low on witchfire that gives you unnatural powers, and with most of your belongings lost, you arrive at the destination.
Welcome all to Witchfire, a hardcore FPS developed by a team of veterans of the FPS boomer shooter genre and other great games who have now become the Astronauts, a small indie team. Right off the bat, the game has a fantastic visual design, pulling from some of the darker and grittier fantasy settings like Warhammer. Gameplay and movement akin to Destiny and Doom 2016, but with core concepts of rinse and repeat learning like the Dark Souls series, extraction like Tarkov, and a hub world which reminds me personally of Vermintide. The game is still in early access, but already has most of the base game design and features are well built and feels nice and fluid, given it may take some time for the flow of the game's movement and gunplay to really settle in for most. The tutorial, as you can see, covers all the grounds needed to get into the game in a nice little pocket in the main hub, but it won't railroad you into learning in case you prefer the no hand holding method. Stamina can be seen in the bottom left corner, just above the health bar, which opens me up at another part the Astronauts did fantastic with it in Witchfire, and that the sound design is crisp and gives plenty of cues to aid when visuals may become difficult to track, such as heavy breathing to indicate your stamina has drained, leaving you in a tired state, which reduces your movement and abilities, and this can heavily impact your survivability in a fight. Sound design coming into play again with the guns, enemies, and environment, making this game stand out of great attention to detail, not just from the immersion for the player, but also for the dedication from the team to make sure everything feels weighted and that there's a punch to every single aspect. As you would have already noticed, the core gameplay mechanics focus on stamina management and avoiding damage, as the more punishment you can put out without getting hit will enhance your overall stamina via the focus system. Represented in the bottom left with the increased stamina bar, which is now turned yellow. There will be a text feed also, giving you a bit of an idea of when this is kicking in fight. Overall, the game itself is in a really good state as it is and feels a lot better than a lot of early access titles or even some AAA releases. I don't personally like giving a game a rating out of 10 as it seems a bit rudimentary, but this game I would give a solid 4 to 5 Held and Hammers. I think the game is in a great place and has a fantastic core concept with a fantastic gameplay loop that a lot of fans of these kind of shooters and Doom and Destiny will be able to get into, but it is still in early development or early access, so it's going to take a bit of time before it gets final. Thank you so much for checking out the video. If you want to, you can stop here so that you don't spoil any more of the gameplay experience for yourself. I really appreciate you for checking out the video. Please leave a like, comment if you want to, and just mention what you'd like to see in future and what you thought of this video and format. Trying something a little bit different, putting in a little bit more effort into a bit of a review. If you decide to stick around, then you're going to enjoy this first little delve into the first expedition into the game. Hope you guys will enjoy.